Hold on, I'm just going to restart my game quickly. Yeah.
Heads up!
Just let me know when you go live, I guess. Are we? Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another round of the Era T1 EazyOne community tournament. Today is the winners bracket semi-finals between Anoxity and VAC. For those of you who don't know, the map is going to be the Pacifists, and that includes both the Passing chapters 1 and 2, followed immediately after by the Sacrifice chapters 1 and 2. So just before we get into the game, I'll do a quick rundown of the teams. Starting as survivors, we have Anoxity, featuring Jazz, Sprint, Joji, and Madness. And as infected, we have very annoying children as The View, Laughter, Zaros, and Tim. So, should be in for a very good game this evening. Both teams proving very, very strong and dominant through their games earlier on in the tournament. So, in for a very exciting game indeed. And especially with these maps, not very common at all. Not many people have really played or seen these maps in tournaments, so it's nice to get a bit of change here with that. So we do have a setup of a Charger, Boomer, Smoker, and a Hunter, and we are going to be going live. So let's see how we can do with this first attack. 26% tank, so a pretty early tank for this. So I was going to be playing it relatively cautiously, just clearing out all commons. And the attack is coming in. Boomer landing onto one. Charger and Smoker getting a nice connection there. Hunter just a little bit late, but also landing onto Alice, but getting cleared. That's a good amount of damage there onto Alice.
Reloading.
Not a bad first attack they're coming in from VAC.
Reloading.
Survivor's going to be pushing forward now into the open area, hoping to trigger that tank.
Through the store.
And we'll see if they take where they take it. Heading on into the store. Just picking up what they can, and the tank has one Charger coming in from behind, landing onto Coach in the back. Spit just missing. Hunter getting nicely skeeted there from Alice, and the survivors are going to be running back. Boomer landing onto one on the end there. Tank going through it, almost hitting there onto Nick, but not quite. And survivors are going to be pushing running all the way back. So the tank in the hands of Tim, who will be trying to get these cars into a good spot for this tank. Survivors are of course taking this all the way back into the safe room. We do an attack with a Smoker, Charger, Hunter going in. Smoker misses, Charger misses, Hunter lands but gets instantly cleared. Charger gets shut down and Smoker just not able to get a pull onto anyone and getting shut down.
Reloading.
Tank still with 97% HP, just trying to get those cars in. Still at 50% frustration. Slimes are going to look to try and push him and get some good chip in. Taken down to 95%. Just trying to get those cars into a good position. Not taking too much chip. Ooh, that's in a decent spot. Looks like he's going to start committing with this. Got a Boomer, Charger and a Jockey all spawning on the roof there. This could be a pretty good attack if the Boomer and Jockey can land in the cars as well. We'll see how it goes. Tank already down to 70% HP. Playing around with the car. Not quite managing to get the hits on. Just unable to get it over 50% HP, and the car is out of play. Charger coming in, missing completely. Boomer landing onto 2. Tank has got a corner onto Nick though. Jockey onto Rochelle as well. It's good damage. Oh, but nice little juke there from Nick twice. And gets another punch onto Joji. Another punch onto Rochelle before going down. Nicely done there by the survivors, but the good damage as well coming in from Infected there to get 2 people to use their pills already. Unfortunate play there from the car, just going over the fences and into the water, being unusable after that, but nevertheless still good damage coming across the board so far.
Me, right? Let's try upstairs.
So coming to a pretty narrow choke point. We do have a Hunter, Smoker, Charger and a Boomer, so no Spitter for this. But nevertheless, still could be some good damage. Smoker trying to go at one at the end, just not able to connect. Charger missing, Boomer landing onto 1, Hunter getting instantly cleared. Smoker getting cleared as well, and Boomer just going to be popped right at the end there. Nicely baited there from the survivors. And they should be able to rush out of this horrible indoor area and make it through to outside. Still a little bit of horde trickling through, but shouldn't be too much hassle for the survivors. And the attack is coming. Smoker gets nicely cleared there. Charger landing onto Ellis as well as Spit, and the Smoker on the back as well. Some good damage there onto Ellis. Having to him on 1 HP, just able to take his pills before. It's a nice attack there coming in from VAC there. See if they can keep this sort of damage up and get their bonus right down. Smoker just making a bit of distraction.
We
do have a Charger, Boomer and a Jockey for inside.
I can use these pills.
VAC not really getting lucky with the Spitters inside, but Charger getting baited and missing, Jockey getting shut down. Boomer landing onto 2. Smoker getting a nice little pull there at the back, but everything getting shut down relatively quickly there. The Boom's horde should cause a bit of a delay to the survivors, but should be able to make it to the park without any hassles.
Hey, look out!
Through this part.
And we do have a Witch coming up. Of course, this is the only map, I believe, which has this one static Witch spawn. Hunter and Jockey just making some distractions to the right. Charger coming in from behind. Landed onto Coach very nicely done, followed by a Spit as well. This is good damage, but the Jockey and Hunter do get cleared pretty quickly. But that's some good Spit charge damage onto their main health bonus there. This should mean a pretty free Witch though for the survivors. Alice looking like to be the one to crown it. Oh no, Rochelle just jumping in there, taking the crown for herself. Very nicely done. Nice boom onto 1 there. Smoker, Hunter, and the Spitter though. Hunter landing, followed by Spit as well. Spitter just missing actually. Smoker putting onto Ellis as well, and Ellis is going to be incapped from Boomer scratch as well as some Smoker damage as well there. Other than that, not too much damage coming across the board there from that attack. Ellis is easily able to get up. Survivors will be able to make it through this rest of the park. And there will be most likely one last attack before the safe room. We'll see if they can really bring down that damage bonus. We have a Jockey, Spitter, Boomer, and a Hunter. Boomer getting landing onto one, Proxy onto one. Hunter landing, Jockey getting M2'd and killed. Spitter landing onto Ellis as well. Again, some decent damage, but that will be all. And the Spurs will make it into the safe room. With a 256 health bonus, which is not too bad for the first map, bringing their score up to 881. So let's see how well VAC can survive this map. So a quick ready up and we are going live. Of course, same setup as the start of last round. Charger, Smoker, Boomer and a Hunter. Smoker pulling Ellis off. Boomer landing onto 2. Charger landing as well, getting a nice, just everything getting cleared pretty quickly actually. Charger getting some, landing the charge but nothing else. And surprisingly not too much damage. That looks a lot deadlier than it was. So of course the Horde just trickling in from behind, so I should be able to just push forward and trigger this tank without too many problems. And the tank is in the control of Jazz. So the attack is coming in, Smoker not able to get the pull, Nick managing to just dodge out of that quickly enough. Insta-cleared there from Nick as well. Charger just going for a hopeful charge but not connecting. Spitter just trying to get a bit of delay, but unfortunately nothing too much coming from it. And so they're just going to shut the attack down. Tank just trying to throw some rocks, see if he can get some damage in. And of course, same as before, Tank just going to bring in the cars. Ooh. Tank getting a bit of chip there from the survivors. But we do have an attack of a Hunter, Charger, and a Boomer all spawning up on the roof behind the survivors. We'll see if they can get anything from this. Tank is just trying to come out without any cars.
Okay, shoot the shit out of that thing!
Getting a lot of health taken from already 80%. Boomer landing onto 3. Ooh, that is a big boom, but there's not too much hook going yet. Hunter coming in, landing. That's a quad boom. All this could be deadly, but there's just no Horde. Where's this Horde? Tank's dead. That's some good damage onto Nick there to get rid of his health token move, but there's just no Horde from a quad boom. It's now only just trickling in. Survivors getting a very lucky escape there with that Horde.
Reloading.
Very nicely done. If they can keep this health bonus, then they could do for a very good start. We'll see how they get through this horrible choke of inside. We do have a Hunter pre-spawning right on the top of the stairs with a Jockey, Spitter, and a Smoker.
Guns here.
Reloading!
Survivors just playing this very carefully, clearing all the commons that they can. Hunter landing on Spit as well. Smoker pulling him into Spit. Jockey causing a bit of distraction in the back, but again, fairly bit decent damage there from the Spit Hunter Jockey combo. Smoker just running away and Spit as well to get a nice respawn. But Spyro should be able to make it outside pretty easily.
Who's that for?
Reloading!
Do have a 2-2 here for the infected Charger, bring with Spitter and the Smoker.
Reloading here!
Again, Survivors just playing this very slowly, wanting to clear out all the commons and not get nicely baited there from the Survivors to bring out the Boomer. Boomer trying to get a proxy but just gets popped. Smoker gets insta-clear, Charger missing, and Spitter just left on his lonesome, not really able to do anything.
Rogue. No.
So just pressing forward as quickly as they can. A very decent health bonus as well at the moment.
We need to
Looking
get
very,
into the
very
building.
impressive so far.
I'm reloading. Go upstairs. Reloading.
Survivors pushing forward. Maybe looking to attack now. Yet Smoker getting a pull onto Nick. Jockey on the back onto Rashad as well. Boomer landing onto 3 in the back. Spitter just not able to land on anyone, just causing a bit of a delay, I believe. But the 3 boom is going to cause a bit of distraction there for these survivors. But they should be able to make it easily into the park. And the infected will be setting up, I believe, for this witch. We'll see. Survivors just going back. I believe there's some ammo in this corner. Maybe just going to wait out the storm as well. So we do have an attack over Smoker, Charger, Hunter, and the Spitter. It's going to be pretty deadly at the witch if they can get it right.
Seriously felt better.
I don't really like weddings. This is just weird.
You know, the Hunter pre-spawning. Survivors just wanted to play this very cautiously. And Nick will be the one to trigger it. Smoker has spawned. Does get a pull onto Coach. Hunter gets M2'd and killed. Charge does miss. And the witches just should be easily taken down now by the survivors. Oh, but she curves and unfortunately she doesn't get... Nick does not get the crown. That is very unfortunate.
Thanks.
And unfortunately, the survivors will not get that extra bonus points from the witch, but still pressing forward with good health bonus. Potentially 1 or 2 more attacks left. Boomer just not able to land nicely, dodge death on the survivors. Charger and Hunter spawning in the back. Charger and Jockey going for the same target, both missing. Hunter does land onto Coach, but gets cleared pretty quickly, and Jockey just gets shut down as well. Boomer does get a proxy there on the back onto Coach. The survivor should be able to press forward pretty quickly. Maybe make it into the safe room, but most likely there'll be 1 more attack before that. We do have an attack of a Jockey, Smoker, Charger, Spitter. Survivor just trying to run in. Smoker getting one to stop them. Charger does land. Oh my god, this spit block is just getting so much damage onto Nick and onto Ellis. And that was a huge attack right at the end. And that has just brought the health bonus down massively. That has just saved Anoxity there from a huge deficit. Maybe even put them in the lead. That was a huge attack. Very nicely done there. And it has indeed. Survivors get into the safe room with only 788 points. So another very close game, but that final attack there from Anoxity really being the clincher there. Very nicely done.
Damn right. Take this.
We're gonna need these.
And on to the second map. Just under 100 points deficit in deficit for VAC. Definitely a very close game that we are going to be having today.
Reloading.
And we are live. We do have a setup of a Smoker, Jockey, Spitter, and a Charger. Again, another deadly attack, good separation combination for this attack, and we'll see
Hey,
if they
let's get
can
up the street.
get some good early damage in. Survivor's just trying to bait the attack. The infected just aren't biting just yet. Just trying to clear as much of the commons as they possibly can. Very slow start. The attack is coming. Jockey landing, Charger and Smoker land as well, followed by the Spit as well. Good damage onto Coach there. Very nice there. Very nice damage there coming in onto Coach and onto Nick there. Very strong attack.
Reloading.
Spyro's pushing forward into the pool room and down to the construction site. Just playing this very slowly. Clearing commons. The attacker is coming in pretty quickly. Jockey gets instantly shut down. Charger unfortunately just misses possibly from the Boomer proxy there onto Rochelle. Does get shut down, and the Spit just causing a bit of a delay. Nice attempt, just not quite able to connect there, but nicely cleared from Anoxity as well. Boomer causing a bit of a hassle for Rochelle, but Spyro's all going to be pushing forward pretty quickly. Seems like the survivors want to go the stairs outside, or they're going to 2-2. Nope. Going to be staying inside.
Reloading.
Just clearing out as many commons as they possibly can. Again, both teams playing this very slow, patient game.
Gotta reload.
So we do have a Hunter, Smoker, Boomer, and a Jockey.
Hurry over this plank.
Coach able to jump across, as well as Nick triggering the tank. Smoker pulling one against into the cleared. Jockey just missing onto Rochelle. Boomer landing onto one in the back. Hunter just not able to do anything. The survivors are going to be moving back to the construction site. Tank is in the hands of Laughter. And just going to be climbing up onto the roof. Already taken just about 700 health of Chip there. See how the infected decide to play this. This Rock's just going to be getting skeeted all day. Do you have a Hunter, Jockey, and a Smoker? We'll see if the tank wants to commit, and he does. Jumping down onto the concrete truck, missing a punch onto Coach. Gets a nice punch onto Rochelle there, followed by a second. Support coming in, Smoker onto Ellis. That's a dual cap, but Smoker does get cleared there by Rochelle. Hunter cleared as well. No one able to get Nick. Tank does miss a punch, manages to get the second. Nick is being very impressive with these jukes, managing to juke so many punches in this tournament today. But does Tank manage to get one final shot onto Rochelle, sending her flying, just not able to incap her. But again, these tanks doing decent damage. All three survivors are now bleeding out. Very nicely done from these infected attacks on the tanks. Boomer landing onto Nick there from the back. But survivors are just going to press forward into the street. We'll see if the survivors just want to, the infected rather want to just wait for inside and get a tri-cap. Which is looking like they most likely want to. Survivors again just playing this very slow, clearing all the commons as they go. Try to say, Nick has impressed me with those jukes today on those punches on the two tanks so far. Very nicely done. Jockey and Hunter pre-spawn. Jockey landing on the back there, getting some good damage onto Ellis, but does get cleared. The rest of the infected setting up inside. Oof. Nicely done there from Coach to just be able to spot out the Hunter and kill him instantly.
Yeah.
The infected are having to reevaluate their
There's
plans.
no zombies down here. Who am I kidding?
Reloading.
So I was pressing forward pretty quickly. Clearing all the commons.
Stay on the walkway.
We might need
Trying to bait out this attack. We'll see, we've got a Spitter, Boomer, Charger, and a Smoker. Smoker just not able to land. Boomer is just getting instantly shot. Boomer does land onto one. Smoker just gets insta-cleared. Charger just not in a position to do anything. Just gets shot down instantly and Spit just trying to get some pretty split damage, but nothing really coming of that attack. Survivor's doing a nice job there, just baiting it out, playing patiently and just waiting for the attacks to come.
Reloading.
So Survivor is just pressing forward, clearing as quickly as they can.
Reloading.
Charlie does get a punch and a charge onto Coach there, followed by some Spit as well. That could be an in-cap here, and it is. Coach playing a little too eager there and gets punished for it nicely by the charge of Spit damage.
We don't have time for this. Get up.
Down, go down.
Which gets nicely crowned by Madness. And we do have this drop. We do have a Boomer waiting down patiently, followed with a Smoker. And a Jockey waiting upstairs as well. We'll see if the infected. This can be a very deadly choke for the Survivors. Charger landing onto one. Boomer actually missing his spawn, does get onto one in the end. Smoker pull onto Nick in the back there. Nice damage from the Horde as well. Smoker does get cleared. Not too bad. Unfortunately, Boomer just missing that spawn there, not able to get a multiple boom onto the Survivors. That could have been crucial. Survivors will push forward into the main running event. Which in my opinion is probably one of the worst and horrible events on this game. But Nick is been in-capped by some commons just as they started the Horde. Boomer does land onto Rochelle there. And we'll see if the Survivors are going to, Infected are going to be able to punish this. Hunter does get skeeted, but we do have a charge of Spitter. We'll see if they're going to decide to go. And Charger is going to commit. Getting a scratch and a charge onto Rochelle there, and a knock onto Coach as well. That is some good damage there. Unfortunately, not able to delay the pickup. But still some very nice damage there. And Spitter does just get cleared. The Survivors are able to push forward now. The Infected have got their timing a little bit uncoordinated. Got a bit of a delay before the next two can spawn, but should be able to have their set of spawns up in time for this next attack. Smoker not able to land. Boomer does get popped. Smoker gets insta-cleared as well. Charlie just not really able to do anything down below.
Look out now.
And is looking to go for a respawn.
Reloading.
It looks like we'll have one final attack before the safe room.
A lot of work to do on this phase 2 bit.
Reloading.
And I really can't see anything through this tunnel. Looks like they're setting up at the safe room area. Charger, Smoker, Spitter, and a Hunter. So good damage at the end. Smoker does get insta-cleared. Charger does get a punch, but does get shut down pretty quickly. Hunter trying to come through at the end, just gets M2 cleared. Spitter most likely just going to go for a delay spit at the bottom of the stairs. Tank Coach does get in-capped by the Spitter there. That's going to actually cause a huge delay, and the Survivors, the Infected, should have one more attempt at an attack. And Nick's gone down as well. Jazz did in-cap. Boomer landing onto getting a proxy onto 3 there. Jockey coming from the safe room area onto Nick, but does get insta-cleared. Smoker as well, just pulling onto Alice, but just getting insta-cleared. Hunter trying to follow suit, but just getting skeeted. Very nicely done by Madness as the rest of the Survivors able to pick up Alice and Nick. Sorry, just Nick. And should be able to make it into the safe room. Spitter just causing a bit of delay. Oh, Charger gets a nice punch charge, bringing their health bonus down a little bit onto Ellis, but Jockey's trying to just get his farm down, just gets M2'd, and Survivors will make it into the safe room. with only 116 bonus, bringing their total score to 1,847.
I'm
Pills.
grabbing pills.
I can use these pills.
I got pills.
Yeah, we do have a very exciting game with this. Very good infected attacks and very good survivor play from both teams. We'll see how this map plays out, and we'll see what sort of lead there is going into the sacrifice after. And we are live. Survivor is just, of course, clearing out all the commons that they can. And just like before, playing very patiently. Just wanted to bait out these attacks. Of course, Spitter, Jockey, Charger, Smoker is the first attack. Coach just playing the bait, the fish on the hook. Smoker has pre-spawned at the top. Smoker gets pretty. It's a clear. Charger does land though, and does get a pound followed by some spit. This Charger is not getting cleared quick enough, and that's going to be a lot of spit damage there onto Coach. And again, very nice attack there. Just not clearing that Charger quick enough punished them hugely with the spit damage. Bring Coach down just to under half health. And there's already going to be used to eat his pills for this tank.
Reloading.
So we have a Charger, Spitter, Boomer, and a Jockey for this next attack into the construction site. Survivor's playing it again, cautiously, patiently, clearing out all the commons that they can. Ever so patiently. Coach going first, and the rest of the team. Boomer spawning, does get onto 2. Charger missing, Jockey does get M2. Spitter not able to land. Oh, Jockey does land onto Alex, but not able to get him in the spit there. Other than that, not a huge amount of damage from that attack. Very nice done by the survivors to be able to clear everything pretty quickly. See how far the survivors can rush ahead. Boomer did stay alive though, so they will have that for the next attack. And we do have a Smoker, Hunter, Boomer, and a Charger. Potentially for the retreat when the tank spawns. We'll see how the infected decide to play this.
Reloading.
That hit the spot.
Reloading. Quick, over this plank.
And the tank has been spawned. Boomer landing onto 2, Charger getting a punch but just missing the charge. Hunter does die. Smoker not able to connect anything. And we do have the tank in the hands of Sprint. Boomer's still alive, just hiding on that roof there. Tank is able to get onto the roof with minimal chip. Smoker does land, but no rock is able to connect, so that's a nice quick clear there.
Reloading.
Smoker just trying to be a bit of a nuisance. Boomer does get popped finally. Smoker is landing getting some good damage, followed by Hunter, but these rocks just aren't able to connect.
Reloading.
Very unlucky there from Sprint.
Reloading.
Tank decided to take a lot of chip just for trying to get one rock to land. He's still on his first pass. Survivors are doing a very good job at clearing these rocks.
Boomer.
Boomer does land onto 2. And the horde is coming in. And the tank is trying to commit on his second pass. Does get a punch onto Alice, but just completely ignoring him, going for Rochelle instead. Hit a second and a third punch. Horde coming in, Alice could be devastating. That's a double punch as well. Rochelle has gone down. That's a charger in the back and a jockey as well. That's 2 down already. Nick getting a double get up animation, and this looks like it's going to be a wipe. The tank is solo. The tank does get killed with Zaros only on about 20 HP. And he doesn't manage to get Rochelle up, who is able to take her pills. Hunter coming in, lands on Rochelle, but does get quickly cleared. And the rest of the team able to pick up there. The jockey actually landing onto Nick there before he can get the pick up onto Ellis. Spitter as well, just causing some delay. Iron does actually incap Zaros. It's just the charger there coming in with a rocket. And does land. We'll see if the pistols can clear the charger before Rochelle goes out. It doesn't look like it, and that is a wipe. That boomer there really causing some trouble for the survivors. Very nicely done there from the infected as well to get all their support in infected to land. Very unlucky as well from VAC there. So at the end of the passing campaign, Anoxity are in the lead with 1,847, with VAC trailing behind with 1,098. And we are going live with the first map of the Sacrifice.
Pills.
And this map, I believe, being the only one with a static tank spawn.
Hold on now, hold on.
Grabbing pills.
Here you go.
So we do have a setup of a jockey, charger, smoker, and a spitter. We'll see what the infected can do with this. And jockey spawning, making some noise, trying to get over. Smoker not able to land. Jockey does get cleared. Charger just missing. Smoker getting pulled, but gets quickly cleared. And only 7 damage coming in from the infected. Nicely cleared there from the survivors. And we'll be able to rush forward to the witch. Nice crown there coming in from sprint.
Reloading.
This will have to be.
So we do have a
Reloading.
attack up at this corner here. Coming in now, charger just missing. Boomer getting nicely popped there. Bit not landed. Jockey getting M2'd and killed. And again, these shutdowns are coming in pretty clean and fast from Anoxity.
Reloading.
And VAC looking like these attacks just not quite connecting, not able to just get their mark. See if Anoxity can keep this pace up. Smoker is trying to coordinate right at the back, able to get some good damage. Boomer gets popped. Hunter landing just after the Smoker gets cleared. Charger unfortunately missing. Looks like a bit of miscommunication there from the Hunter and Charger, but some alright damage, but just not quite enough for what they've been wanting. And as we are coming up to the tank now, we'll hope that they are able to get a much needed wipe here. Spire is bringing forward the gas can. Bringing forward 2 gas cans.
Reloading.
And the tank will be in the hands of the View. Smoker just getting a bit of a nuisance fall into Nick there, but does get killed. And the survivor's actually not able there to pop the gas canisters immediately onto the tank there, so that's a huge amount of damage missed out there, but they still get good chip. Just under 800 health gone already from the tank. Instantly, tank falling up onto the roof. We'll see how they decide to play this, if they decide to play long or commit. Survivor just using their magnums to try and just get some decent damage, because magnums are pretty strong. Boomer does land onto one. Rochelle is very on her own. Charger Smoker combo doing a lot of damage. Somehow though the Charger did miss. Not quite sure how that happened. But still fairly decent damage there onto Rochelle. Tank is still up on the roof, just playing long. Just throwing some rocks down, trying to get some hits there. Unfortunately not quite able to land any rocks so far. But still relatively healthy, only losing just over 1,000 HP. And Tank coming in, Jockey gets M2'd and killed, Boomer gets popped. Thunder does land onto Nick, but does get quickly cleared. And it just appears the attack is just not quite coordinated with the tank. They're just going in just after the rock's been thrown, or just before the rock's wanting to be thrown. Tank is though deciding to go in and get the car. That's a good hittable to get into place. And is on 10% of his first pass, almost looking forward, looking to go in on his second. Still getting fairly chipped. Smoker full onto Rochelle does get instantly cleared. Charlie just missing. Jockey lands onto Rochelle but gets instantly cleared. Charge is able to land a punch, but these attacks are just not quite connecting and are just getting shut down fairly quickly. And the tank has now gone to his second pass. And they decided to move to the second roof and continue throwing his rocks. Oh! Ellis there not quite paying attention there, and a rock does land onto him. Very nicely done there from the tank. Smoker again onto Rochelle, not getting cleared quickly enough. Jockey not able to land onto Ellis. Boomer does get a proxy onto one. Jockey again getting some decent damage onto Rochelle there. But unfortunately just not quite able to land these rocks. So Rochelle and Alice are being forced to take their pills. Tank is on 50% restoration and is deciding to commit with this. We do have a Smoker, Charger and a Hunter for support. Tank is going to decide to bring into his in the car. So he's taking cover behind every obstacle that they can. Oh, that's a good cart placement for the car. That's a nice pull onto Ellis there. Tank should be able to keep him there and be able to get a couple of punches on. Charlie just gets insta-cleared. Maybe he's going to try and go for the kill with this car. But these magnums are doing so much work, and the coach from behind. Oh, that punch on the car, just unfortunate, bouncing it away. And that will be that for the tank. Not too bad damage coming in. But these attacks just aren't landing for VAC, unfortunately.
Take it. Hell, I don't need it.
Nice boom there onto two inside the train cut. So I'm just going to camp it out though. No reason really to push forward. They still do have a set of kills. Spitter going inside the train car. Hunter getting nicely skewed, but this jockey and this spit is actually that spread. That was huge. That spit spread was insane. Getting huge amounts of damage there onto Coach and Nick, I believe.
I could go for a nap right now.
Bringing the health bonus down very nicely.
Reloading.
Boomer down onto two. They are pretty split. Smoker getting insta-clear. Charger getting one punch on the coach, but getting killed pretty quickly. Spitter getting shut down before he can even spit, and not a huge amount of damage coming in there. The survivors are getting a bit split. They're just trying to rush forward with as much health as they can, but not paying too much attention to people behind. Luckily, they didn't get punished too much for it, but we'll see if that comes to bite them a bit later on.
Gotta reload.
Do want to tank of a Charger, Hunter, Spitter, and a Jockey. Let's see if this can land. Hunter getting sneaky behind, but just missing and gets M2'd and cleared. Spitter just getting shut down as well. The jockey and charger just not quite able to spawn or do anything there.
Reloading!
Nice idea there from the hunter, just not able to execute it properly, unfortunately.
Reloading. Reloading here.
Spy was playing this very cautiously and decided to go under the room. And the attacker's going in charge, unfortunately missed it. Jockey gets M2'd, Spitter not able to land on Rochelle, and Smoker just not able to get anything from behind either. Nicely shut down again from Anoxity there. Smoker just trying to cause a bit of distraction and slow down the survivors here.
Reloading.
Smoker does pull onto Coach, but he gets insta-cleared.
Hunter.
Hunter in the back trying to cause some sort of
Reloading.
distraction, but gets nicely skeeted there. We do have a charge and a boomer left to see if they can do anything. Nice little boom spot there, landed onto, getting a proxy onto one, charge landed onto a shell, but not able to get anything else from that. And the survivors should be able to make it in without any issues. There we are. Bringing their score up to 2,720. Not a bad score. Pretty similar health bonus to their first round, I think.
Hey, we might need. Damn right. Gonna take everything I can.
I can use these pills.
And now,
I got pills.
time for VAC to make their way through this campaign. We'll see how well they can handle these attacks. And we are live.
Reloading.
Spire is just pushing forward, of course,
Reloading.
playing it slowly, clearing the infected. And Anoxity just setting up onto the roof to the left of the survivors with the smoker coming from the right. Behind the Tiger's coming. Jockey does get a nice land. Smoker landed as well. A nice bunny hop there from the charger and spit as well onto Ellis there. But other than that, pretty quick clears coming in from the survivors. Very nice bunny hop from that charger. But yeah, decent damage, but decent cleared as well. Tim able to crown the witch very nicely. So we'll be able to push forward under this bridge. And we'll see what the infected can do here with a charger, boomer, jockey, and a smoker. Tires coming in, smoker and boomer landed onto Richard. Charge landed onto Ellis in the back there, jockey here as well onto Coach. Richard able to clear for Smoker trying to climb for some scratches, but just gets M2'd and killed. Boomer's still going on for Rochelle for some boomers, for some scratches rather, but does finally get shut down. Spires will be able to push forward, not too much hassle. Very decent attacks coming in from Anoxity. Everything is just about landing. It's not huge amounts of damage, but it's enough so for the area so far. Charger coming in, landing, and a spit as well in the room. That's some good damage onto Rochelle. We're jockey in the back room as well. Not able to get Nick into the spit, but some good spit damage onto Rochelle there. And two survivors are all, sorry, one survivor already forced to take their pills. And we do have the tank now, of course, in the hands of Joji. Already opening up the door. Getting some chip already, bringing it down to 5,500. Boomer does land the 2 and Tank is just going to commit with this. Smoker landing onto Ellis there. Rochelle able to clear in there from the height of the ramp there. Charlie just hiding underneath. So Tank has been able to get some good punches onto Ellis there, but he is able to take his pills. Charger unfortunately missing. With the Horde still coming in. Tank is only at just under 2,000. Survivors are actually looking to push forward. Oh, they're just opening up the gate.
Everyone shoot the tank!
Boomer coming in and unfortunately he's got popped. Very nicely done there. Tank still at only 30% health. Hunter and Jockey coming in, as well as a rock being thrown. Rock missing Hunter landing onto Ellis again and getting some decent damage. Rock just getting skeeted again. They really want to just get all this damage onto Ellis here.
Reloading!
Tank now on his second pass. Survivor's trying to deny line of sight, but not quite getting it.
Okay, shoot the shit out of
And
that
his
thing!
Tank is now going back for his car. Survivors are just going to push him.
Kill the tank!
22% health, getting pretty low. The Smoker and Hunter. Smoker not quite able to land. Car in a very dangerous place. Charger trying to get a spawn, just not quite able to. Smoker does get cleared though. Hunter does land. Car coming in, not able to land. Hunter onto Rochelle gets cleared. Charger missing. Tank trying to just play around with his car. Charger getting so many punches there in the back onto Ellis. And the Tank does finally go down. Very nicely done there from the Survivors, actually. I played that Tank pretty nicely. Managing to clear most of the attacks pretty quickly. And deal damage to the Tank as well. Fortunately, the Charger at the end there got a lot of punches onto Ellis.
There's a hunter out there.
But other than that, they've got a pretty decent health bonus. So we do have another attack coming in. Jockey landing in the back, as well as Hunter and Jockey landing in the front. Hunter and Smoke landing in the front onto Coach, getting some good spit damage onto Rochelle and Coach. Pretty decent attack there from Anoxity with that spit and Hunter damage. Spires are a little bit split. Charger managed to get a spawn in between, does get a punch onto Rochelle to incap her, but does get shut down pretty quickly. Spitter coming, Boomer, she just landing onto one. Jockey gets M2 and killed. But yeah, just trying to delay the pickup there onto Rochelle.
Thanks, I owe you one.
Spires are able to pick her up, and then we push it forward. Hunter spawning in the back, trying to make some distraction. We do have a Smoker, Charger, and a Boomer accompanying him. We'll see what they can do as they enter into the factory. Charger spawning, missing. Boomer getting a proxy onto one. Hunter getting insta-cleared. Smoker just not able to land the paw onto anyone. Pretty quick shutdowns coming in from the Survivors again. Smoker will be going for a despawn. Spires will just be pushing forward. They need to help Coach though. He's getting hoarded. He's not able to move. There we are.
It's not happening.
And the attack coming. Jockey from the back. Boomer gets nicely M2'd and Boom denied. Does get a scratch onto Rochelle to bring her in cast and does get a proxy onto her as well. But Spyro should not really have any hassle picking her up. Unfortunately though, they did get pulled down and have to redo that area again. And so there's no way back up. Charger again coming in from the roof, getting a charge onto Coach and getting him in capped, and Boomer and Spit follows suit onto him. Nothing else really landing.
Gotta reload.
Just trying to delay the pickup as much as possible. Spires. Oh! Spires are able to get the pickup without too much hassle.
Reloading.
But they are really limping now. Not too long to go, but they really have no health bonus. I'm just trying to get for the distance now. Charger going up, missing everything. Jockey does get M2'd, but not quite cleared yet. Another M2. Third M2. This Magnum is just not able to hit. And finally the rest of the team are able to clear Ellis from that Jockey. But Rashad actually has died. I must have missed that. Rashad died from, I believe, the Charger. Spit just causing some delay. Spit. Spit coming from behind, putting onto Ellis through some Spit, which is nice. I think majority of them are actually out of ammo. And Ellis has been in-capped there in the back on the moment. It looks like they're just going to leave him and just go for the the distance points. Hunter coming in. Gets melee skeeted, very nicely done. Zara's just leaving Coach for dead. And will just hit his full distance points. Oh, who gets in-capped from the Spit coming through the door there. And so will not get the survival bonus. And so Anoxity in the lead with about 1,000 points. With VAC going to the final out with only 1,707.
Damn
Grabbing
right.
pills.
Gonna take
I'll
it.
hold on to these
I
pills.
don't need it.
VAC are going to need to pull off some very strong infected attacks here. They want to have any chance of coming back into this. And we are going live. We do an attack of Charger, Spitter, Hunter, and a Jockey. Hunter already pre-spawning. Looking to go outside.
Careful. Hunters are.
Charger coming in and just misses onto the ledge, but the Jockey into the Charger pants, onto the Hunter as well, into the Spit as well. That's huge damage onto Nick there. Already taking his pills, and that's the sort of damage that we want to see coming in from the attacks of BAC. They're very nicely done.
Cricket bat here. Watch out!
The survivors will just press forward into the open swamp area. And infected with a Boomer, Smoker, Hunter, Jockey, and attacks coming in. Smoker just gets insta-cleared. Jockey gets M2'd and cleared. Boomer gets popped. Hunter lands in for a bit of damage, but nothing else. It's a pretty hard place to get any sort of decent attacks in, really. It's pretty open. Not too many decent spawns for the infected. So, nicely done there from the survivors, though, to shut all that down pretty quickly. Survivors making their way into the house.
Reloading here.
Do have a Hunter, Spitter, Jockey, and a Charger. For inside, this could be huge damage with the Spitter. We'll see if it's able to land. Infected, just going in, just nothing really landing. Jockey does land, Spitter just dies before. I feel that was a bit too eager on the trigger there from the infected side. They could have perhaps waited a little tad longer till they were upstairs. But nonetheless, nicely baited from the survivors. And the tank has spawned. And we do have a Zaros tank. And those of you that watched the VAC versus Wheelchair Warriors game, Zaros' final tank was the one that pretty much decided the game, making a clutch wipe right at the end. We'll see if he's able to get a clutch wipe here, because they are really going to need it if they are going to stand any chance of coming back. Spyro is just going all the way back inside. And they're going all the way back to the open swamp area. Zaros just trying to get some cars into play. Getting as many toys as he can. He is on his second pass though, and he's going to need to commit. Looks like the survivors are actually going all the way back, and most likely make the tank go AI. And yeah, survivors have made the tank go AI, refusing Zaros to play his tank, and have gone all the way back to the safe room. Tank seems to be a bit bugged out.
Weapons over here.
Finally going forward. Tank is coming in. Charlie does land onto Coach. Gets a slam as well. Boomer getting popped. Hunter getting skeeted, and Smoker not able to land. But nice charge there coming in onto Coach. Spyros are now designed to press the tank. Oh, nice rock there coming onto Ellis. Really didn't expect that. The tank is committing. He's just getting railed down. And he's getting ran around. Hunt landing onto Ellis though. Jockey and Charge landing in the back, but unfortunately Jockey just gets cleared just quick enough. Tank getting a punch onto Rochelle. This Hunter is still going on Ellis. Not getting cleared, but almost dying. But the AI tank doing some work here. Jockey coming in from behind, and Tank is dead. But that is some good damage from an AI tank. Ellis almost dying. That was almost a triple cap in the back there. Very unfortunate that the jockey just got M2'd off. That could have been devastating for the survivors.
A machine gun.
So we do have a Spitter, Hunter, Smoker, and a Boomer. Boomer getting a proxy onto Rochelle there. The survivors are just going to play it safe in the back. Smoker put onto Rochelle, does get cleared. Hunter in the back actually getting some good damage onto Coach. Very nice Hunter there in the back. Caught survivors off guard. These attacks are coming in relatively good damage for VAC. It's just, I fear it's just a little too late for them now. Boomer, nice pop there from Jazz. Jockey not quite able, landed onto Rochelle actually, Smoker in the background, and Charger does a dual cap there, nicely done. Unfortunately the Smoker just does get cleared and denying the tri-cap, but there's Charger damage onto Ellis there. Bring him down for a second time, and it will be black and white. Again, these attacks are coming in nice. It's just a little too late for them, I feel. We'll see how their survival play can play out.
Don't worry about me. I'll be okay.
Smoker going for a pull onto Rochelle. Not quite able to get it down and gets cleared pretty quickly. Hunter spawning, landing onto Ez, but gets instantly cleared, followed by Spit and Boomer getting popped. Bit premature there, I feel, from the infected again. Nicely shut down from the survivors.
Yeah, somebody gonna need these.
This is not.
Smoker getting a pull again, just insta-cleared at the back. Smoker just not able to, Spitter just getting shut down, not really landing anything. Hunter just pouncing around as well.
Pills.
And coming up to the event now, onto the boat. Final hurdle. Do have an attack of a Charger, Spitter, Hunter, and a Smoker.
Y'all get ready now.
So I decided to take the Horde here. Nice chip that skeets there onto the Hunter.
Reload.
And the rest of the attack is coming. Charger does land onto Nick, followed by a nice spit as well. Into the corner, that could be an in-cap. Ooh, not quite. Very nice damage down to Nick. Smoker landing in the back and gets pretty cleared. And the survivors will be able to push forward now up this hill.
Well, at least I didn't catch the flu.
Hunt has been spotted, but not able to get cleared. We do have a Hunter, Charger Jockey, and a Spitter. Nick pushing forward. Jockey going in, we're getting M2'd and cleared. We do have a Witch. I believe she is... yeah, just up ahead. Hunter already chipped to below half. Looks like this infected want to go at this Witch. Charlie just going and getting a scratch onto Nick there and capping him.
I ain't leaving you, but you better get up.
Hunter causing some distraction from behind. Spit as well. Alice triggering the Witch, but just a nice crown there coming in from Alice, but Jockey into Spit will kill him. These flyers will just slowly make their way through the final push of this campaign.
Grab a shotgun.
Coming up to this final little choke, we do have a Charger, Smoker, Hunter, and a Spitter.
I'm reloading.
VAC would really love to wipe from here and get a triple cap. The attack is coming in, Hunter getting instantly popped. Charger does land and Smoker as well, with in-capping two of them at the back there. With Nick only on 13 HP and bleeding out, just leaving Coach, because I believe Coach will just die if he gets freed into the water. Survivor is just running forward. Coach has died. Final two, Michelle and Nick. We'll see if this infected can
Watch out.
end this. Nice boom there onto Michelle, followed by a smoke. And Hunter landing as well, and that is going to be Phil White getting a completion score of 529. No, apologies. 654 with the tank and witch bonuses, bringing their final total score up to 3,374. So we'll see how VAC are able to play this map. It's going to be a very tough uphill battle for them.
I hear a jockey.
Attack going instantly, Charger and Jockey and Spitter landing there in the back onto Coach. That's some good spit damage. Hunter does get M2 to prevent any final damage. But yeah, bringing Tim down all the way to just under half HP as well. Volume 2 just pills already. Very similar to the first attack in the previous round.
I'm reloading.
Got a cricket back.
Very good damage.
Reloading.
Survivor just pushing forward, clearing out the rest of the remaining commons. Boomer getting a nice boom there onto 2. Smoke will put onto himself. Charger going for a long way away. Just ending before he can get the shell. Jockey onto Kosher in the back as well, going completely unnoticed. And a very nice amount of damage there, bringing Tim instantly down to only temporary HP already, just even before the tank on the second attack. That's huge. Already forced him to take 2 sets of pills. As survivors are making their way inside, we have a
Reloading.
Hunter, Hunter Charger Splitter Boomer setting up upstairs. Hunter getting a wall pick, getting nicely M2'd. Boomer does land bomb behind though. Charger just gets instantly chip leveled. Hunter still not able to land, Splitter missing. Nothing really comes with that attack though. Nicely shut down there from the AC. Prevent any further damage before this tank spawn. We'll see if they decide to do the same as Anoxity and make it go AI, but we'll see. And the tank is in the hands of Madness. Jockey coming in the back, does land onto Nick, not able to bring him down. Boomer landing onto the 2, Smoker's running the staircase, getting some decent damage. They're getting cleared pretty quickly for the survivors to run back. And the survivors are running back. There is a lot of hordes coming in from behind them from those 2 boomed. And the attackers coming in. Charger just getting railed instantly from these machine guns. Hunter is one. Boomer in the back. Landed onto 1. Tank is on second pass. We'll see if it goes to AI before he's able to come in. I don't think it will. Survivor decided to try and press him to get some chippers to know that the rest of the spawns are down. Banner just got into interaction and the tank is going to commit, getting a punch there onto Coach, followed by the second one, but nice canister there, getting a double punch as well onto Nick and Ellis, getting a third punch onto Nick as well. Hunter pouncing around trying to get some distraction. Jockey in the background, in-capping Nick. Hunter does land, in-capping Coach. Hunter does land onto Ellis. Tank still at 1.5k, trying to play with his cars now. Jockey is very, very low. The tank just not able to get these punches and should be going down, yeah. Not too bad from both teams. So I was doing a nice job of taking advantage of the lack of spawns. But again, Infected taking a very nice chance of landing their infected attacks in its open area. Survivor there was make it up to the room without any hassle. We'll see if they can get outside and see how they can take this next attack. Jockey, Boomer, Smoker, and a Hunter. Boomer on the roof, landed onto 1. Hunter gets M2'd and cleared. Jockey getting a scratch before getting M2'd, and then shut down, and the Smoker getting insta-cleared as well. Not too much coming in from that attack there. The Survivors will be able to push forward.
Reloading.
Nice pop there coming in from the view. We do have a Charger, Hunter, and a Spitter.
This is some outrageous shit.
Hunter is pre-spawned behind. And you guys joined in to see what was going on. Not able to do anything with that. Does get his despawn.
Reloading.
And the Infected will have a Jockey to accompany their rest of the Infected. And the attack is coming in. Jockey lands, Charger, that's a tri-cap. Oh, that is a huge tri-cap. And Spit and Charger Jockey as well in the same place. That is huge. And that is huge damage onto Rochelle there, who was their main health bonus. And that was an incredible attack. Very nicely done there from the Infected. Incredible tri-cap there. Survivors just limping their way forward. We do have another attack
Reloading.
set and ready. Hunter, Spitter, Charger, and a Smoker. Charger coming in, Hunter, Smoker, and Charger unfortunately missing. That could have been a second tri-cap. But Charger managed to get 2 in-caps onto Rochelle and onto Ellis. Spy was able to pick them up, and now just slowly bleeding out. We're still about 40% on the map to go. This is a very tough map for them to be able to complete now. These are the last 2 attacks coming in from Anoxity. You've been phenomenal, insane damage. Very nearly getting 2 tri-caps in a row. We do have a Hunter coming in, landing against insta-cleared, followed with the Spit. Smoker just not able to get a pull. Jockey does get cleared. Smoker does get pulled onto Ellis, but does get insta-cleared. And we'll go down. No, we'll get a in-cap. Actually, we'll get a kill onto Ellis there. And Survivor's triggering the Horde. And of course, playing it down into this open corner area. Boomer not able to land. Spitter going for a up and down, unfortunately not able to land either. Smoker getting a pull onto Coach. Hunter coming in and getting the in-cap onto Coach, but Boomer and Spitter already been taken down as well as Smoker. Needs to get Coach up, but his combos are just proving too difficult to be able to get him up. Michelle is very close to going down, and there she goes. Commons in Cap and Rochelle. Nick, the last man standing. Spitter coming in to delay the pick up onto Coach. Charger as well. Just playing with their food. And that will be it. Anoxity taking the win there with 3,374 to 2,197. Thanks so much for joining, guys. I hope to see you in the next game at 8:30 CET. Have a good evening.